Greetings from Pintpot. Welcome to my latest edition of Avoiding Being Farmed. Today I'm going to be talking about crossing no man's land and assaulting enemy bases. Very often in the game, particularly after a successful defense, I see plenty of infantry just running on foot to the next base. Then, lagging well behind, people start to pull Sunderers, but by that time the momentum of the attack has pretty much stalled. In addition, the no man's land between bases is no place for an infantryman to be on foot. Open ground is owned by tanks and snipers. Running on foot across it leaves you effectively defenceless against these two threats. In addition, as you won't have any spawn points in this no man's land, any troops that get killed will have to respawn back at the base. This means that any such attack loses its momentum very quickly. So what should you be doing to cross between bases? Well, the principle is very simple. The ultimate goal is to build a platform around the base you're assaulting with deployed Sunderers. Now sometimes, because the enemy base is heavily defended, it is difficult to do this in one step. In which case, you need to set up Sunderers as effectively stepping stones between your own base and the enemy one. You as an infantryman can then use this as a defensible point to push out with other infantry to achieve the next defensible point. Once you have reached the enemy base, it's a question of encircling it with deploy points, i.e. Sunderers, until such time as you can launch a successful assault. So in other words, use the Sunderers to build a platform, moving them hand in hand with your infantry push. And if you don't have Sunderer support, then there's effectively no point rushing out into the no man's land between bases as an infantryman. If you see your side doing this, it's time to pull a Sunderer and give them a hand. A well-timed Sunderer can actually be used as part of the attack in a successful defense on a base. Using it to rush the enemy Sunderers and then deploy just near them so that your troops can spawn right on top of the enemy. As soon as the enemy bus is down, heal up and move on to the next base as quickly as possible. In this way there's almost no downtime between the defense being successful and the assault beginning on the next enemy base. Therefore the defenders will have no time to get ready and are much more vulnerable to being overwhelmed instantly. In addition, if you're attacking a particularly defensible base or one which has many defenders, you want multiple Sunderers deployed around it as both backup if one gets destroyed and so you can attack from multiple angles. If a route to the enemy base is defended by enemy armour, then you need to pull your own armour to deal with them, as rushing as an infantryman across these open fields is just a death sentence. So what can you do as a newer player to assist in these types of pushes? Well, if you see your side is about to defeat an enemy attack, then that's a good time to pull a Sunderer. If there's already a Sunderer on the battlefield, make sure you support it by gunning for it or getting on board and helping out if it gets under attack on the way. Remember, the less downtime between attacks, the less time the enemy have to prepare defences and pull armour. And there's nothing more likely to give them downtime than running on foot between the bases. So in conclusion, no man's land is no place for infantrymen to be running around by themselves. An attack needs to be structured to be successful, and if you see your allies attacking without this structure, it's time to give them a helping hand. Now my next episode I'm going to be taking a look at flanking. In the meantime, have a good one, happy hunting, and Pintpot out.